What is up, guys? Alex from technoclass.com here, coming to you with a review of the Xiaomi Mi Pad 16 gigabytes. This is a 7.9-inch sort of retina display tablet with a super duper strong, powerful Tegra K1 quad-core processor. It's great for gaming, and it's a nice tablet for $10,999. We're going to take a look at it right now. We'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, so in the interest of time, I'm going to show you what's inside the box here. We have some paperwork right there and a 2000 milliamp hour charger. Of course, I believe if you get the local brand version, of course, this is a review unit, you'll probably get the local prong 2000 milliamp charger, which is very fast, a USB cable for charging and data transfer, and that's about it. All right, so and here is the tablet itself with its gorgeous 7.9-inch 2048 by 1536 display. That is sort of retina, it's like twice of 1024768. But anyway, 2048 by 1536 is known as sort of like a 2K resolution. But anyway, if you're going to compare it with a 1080p display, it's more than a 1080p display. That's why the display is super, super sharp. Let's try and get that. There you go. It's super, super sharp. Although it doesn't get that bright, especially going outdoors. But anyway, you're probably going to use this indoors anyway. That is the 7.9-inch beautiful display. We have a 5 megapixel camera right there, front facing, which is not bad. A Mi logo right there in silver. And we have some capacitive buttons down here that light up, as you can see, home, back, and the multitask button. That's it for the front. A nice Gorilla Glass 3 front with black bezels. It hides the capacitive buttons quite well. Actually, if you're in the dark, you might not even be able to find them. That's kind of a bummer. But yeah, really beautiful looking design right here. We have the white version. And the sides, we have I believe, a micro SD card slot. Of course, if you want to expand your storage. On the bottom, we have a USB port for charging and data transfer. And on the right, we have the silver power button and the volume rocker. On top, we have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And on the back, we have a pretty standard looking back, white glossy plastic. I don't think it's fingerprint, magnet, but it is a pretty standard looking back. The Mi logo right there. I don't know what the sticker is for. We have speakers right here. I'm not sure if it's stereo, but the speakers are actually pretty good. And we have the 8 megapixel camera right there. I don't know if I can get that in focus. 8 megapixel camera with, I believe, a noise cancellation microphone. No flash, but of course, there's a lot of tablets right now that do not have the flash capability. But yeah, overall, I think the tablet looks pretty nice. It is kind of cool looking. It's a very, very modern design, but actually kind of subdued. Now, it actually does remind me a lot of the iPad, and of course, you probably already think that. And of course, the iconography and how the UI works is almost very iPad-like. And of course, Xiaomi is known to have UI very, very similar to the Apple UI, which we don't wonder why. Speaking of UI, we're looking at MyUI 6 here, running on Android 4.4 KitKat. It's a very heavy-handed ROM, a little bit too heavy-handed if you ask me, but it's a very pretty looking UI. And of course, this more than full HD display is making this UI look really, really nice. Of course, the animations are pretty good. And there's a lot of animations to be called on here. It does look a little bit like, iOS. Xiaomi is known for, having a little bit of a iOS-like interface. But it's a very nice looking interface nonetheless. As far as swiping around is concerned, as you can see, it is pretty smooth. It does seem to be around, 60 frames per second or something like that. But the UI itself is very resource hungry. And actually, there are some animations that seem to take a little bit too long. For example, if I just press the power button right here. No, that's the volume button. Power button should be this one. There we go. For example, if I press the power button, it just takes that animation too long to just slide in there. For example, even unlocking takes a little bit longer. They've definitely loved their animations in MyUI, and it just takes a little bit too long sometimes. And of course, this guy has 2 gigs of RAM, which is normally a lot for smartphones and tablets, but with the MyUI 6 being so resource hungry, you will notice it sort of reloading its icons and stuff like that after playing a game or two. As you can see, the 8 megapixel camera gives us some pretty good results and actually gives us, you know, really good contrast, really good detail in a lot of situations. Very nice punchy colors. So props to Xiaomi for a excellent 8 megapixel camera on this guy. Alright, so here we are playing GTA San Andreas, one of the most toughest games to run on any Android system. And I've never actually played this in the highest settings, but on the Xiaomi Mi Pad, you can max out on all the settings. You can see brightness at 100%, visual effects max, resolution 100%, draw distance 100%, shadows advanced, car reflections max, subtitles on, and if you see here, I can actually show you that the game runs very, very smoothly. Let's steal this car. Oh, no, don't run away. Let's steal this car then. So, in my opinion, this runs at around more than 30 FPS. Sometimes it gets into really good 60 FPS territory. But this is a very, very smooth. It will not dip under 30 FPS, which is really, really good. Let's get out of this car and maybe change. Oh, what is that guy? Is that a? Yeah, awesome. So yeah, the Xiaomi Mi Pad is extremely good at games. There will be some games that are not compatible, but the ones that do work, like the GTA San Andreas, like this one, is amazing. The frame rate is amazing, the resolution is amazing. This is more than full HD, and you can use your traditional controllers if you wanted to. Since a lot of consumers are also buying this for the games, like I've said before, you do have to note that the NVIDIA Tegra K1 does heat up a little. Actually, the plastic back heats up a little, but I wouldn't say it's too much. You just have to be careful. Maybe you have to watch, you know, extreme lengths of gaming. I wouldn't suggest, you know, putting this in the charger while playing a high resolution 3D game at the same time. Maybe the temperature might be too much. But yeah, it does heat up just a little bit. I wouldn't say it's going to be bad for the tablet's health. Overall, though, the Xiaomi Mi Pad is an awesome, awesome tablet. I really, really like it. I think the MIUI customizations are a little too bloaty. I would really like a more stockish Android OS here, like, you know, Nova Launcher. Nova Launcher is nice. You can actually install it and use it as a launcher, but unfortunately, a lot of the interface is still going to revert back into the MIUI interface, which is this one. It's not bad, but it will definitely slow down or chug when you're really low on resources. And the MIUI itself is really big hog on resources already. Anyway, we're going to talk about the pros and cons. Number one is extreme gaming performance on this guy. This is the tablet to get if you really want to play Android games. Number two, the display is so good. It's eye-popping. It's the same as a new iPad mini Retina, 2048 by 1536. But in the Android tablet space, this is quite an awesome tablet for $10,999 to get the NVIDIA Tegra K1 and this Retina display on an Android tablet. Number three, it's a plastic build, but it's actually very solid. A nice build right here. Some people say it's a little bit slippery, but I like this design. I like the speakers as well. You heard it while I was playing a game. And yeah, it's a nice tablet that you can take around with you, play games, and you know, read your books and stuff. Really high resolution display is great for reading. All right, number 4 Pro is the great battery life. Now, I haven't mentioned this earlier in the review, but the battery is pretty good on this guy. You know, as a tablet, they do have access to a larger battery. This can give you a long enough one for you to be able to use it for the entire rest of the day, or to game like 5 hours or so. Now, to talk about the cons of the Mi Pad, number one is it does get warm if you're going to be playing games for a long time. I would suggest something like this, which is a stand for tablets, and I can play games like this. Number two, the MIUI interface is a major resource hog, and even just turning it off or going for the airplane mode, or even some of the animations are just too long. doesn't give you that snappy look and feel of a modern UI, but it does look beautiful. So if you're not choosy in how your interface works and you want a more sort of a slower paced interface, then yes, MIUI 6 is okay. Number 3, there is no GPS, there is no call and text, there is no SIM card on this guy. But of course, this is a tablet. Most tablets do not have SIM cards, but some tablets do have GPS, and that is kind of a minor setback to this tablet. But for 10,899, this is a very hard tablet to pass up on. Great display, great Tegra K1, great gaming for this tablet. And yeah, if you're looking for that tablet to go and play games on, play emulators on, use your Bluetooth controllers and stuff like that. So that is it for the Xiaomi Mi Pad, 10,999 pesos for this tablet. It's 16 gig storage with a micro SD expansion and rocks the games that you want to play. Anyway, Alex from technoclass.com here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.